Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to another RWA Productions Live. And we haven't been live for a very, very long time due to obviously the season ending back in May time. And obviously, we're getting back underway as preparations begin for next weekend, or may I say next Friday night, when Southampton will take on Sheffield Wednesday at Sheffield Wednesday Stadium, which is known as Hillsborough. So we're going to get into the score predictions for obviously next weekend's games. So the first one we're going to start with is obviously Sheffield Wednesday versus Southampton. For me, I've gone with obviously a 2-1 win to the away side. I've got a 2-1 win to Southampton. On paper, I think Southampton will win this one. I think obviously Southampton, with what it is with Southampton, they've just got relegated from the Premier League, and I think they'll be expected to go straight back up. So I'm going to go Sheffield Wednesday 1, Southampton 2 for the first score prediction of this one. The next one is obviously we're going to be playing Norwich versus Hull City. Norwich City are obviously known as the Canaries, and their home ground is known as Carrow Road, and they play Hull City, which are under, I can't remember their manager, but under a great manager, actually finished above mid-table last season. I think they finished in 12th place last season, Hull 13th place, and hopefully we'll be going for the same again, and hopefully get playoffs this season. I think they'll push for playoffs. So, my score prediction for Norwich versus Hull is Norwich 1, Hull City 1. That is my score prediction for Norwich versus Hull at Carrow Road on the 5th of August. Next game is Plymouth Argyle versus Huddersfield. Plymouth Argyle is known as obviously the promotion side from League One. Just got promoted. Jay Matete, obviously our player going down to Plymouth Argyle last season, got them promoted up to the Championship, and I don't think they'll be going straight back down to the Championship, League One, and they'll be taking on Huddersfield Town, known as obviously the manager of Neil Warnock. Really good manager, Neil Warnock, by the way. Actually survived Huddersfield from relegation last season, which was really, really good. And my score prediction for Plymouth Argyle versus Huddersfield, I went for a Plymouth Argyle 2-1 win. 2-1 win to Huddersfield, 2-1 win to Huddersfield against Plymouth Argyle. Next game I am going to do is Bristol City versus Preston North End. Bristol City, wow. So, Bristol City are known as, obviously, they're known as a great side, always been a great side, and obviously they'll be playing Preston North End, known as Deepdale Stadium, under obviously a great manager, Ryan Lowe. Obviously finished just slightly out the playoffs last season, but I'm not going to underestimate them this season. I think Ryan Lowe's a really, really good manager. Preston North End obviously haven't played in the Premier League before, but dreams can come true. Dreams can definitely come true. So I've gone for a Bristol City 0, Preston North End 2 for this game. So 2-0 win to Preston North End I've gone for in this game. The next one is going to be a tough one for everyone. Middlesbrough versus Millwall. Middlesbrough are under Michael Carrick, and Millwall are under, I can't remember their manager, but Millwall finished just outside the playoffs. They finished in 7th last season. Obviously, they were going to get playoffs, but obviously Blackburn came back and won them 4-3 on the last game of the season last season, and obviously Sunderland made the playoffs. We're playing Luton Town last season in the semi-finals. Obviously, I'm not getting that goal. So, Middlesbrough versus Millwall. I've gone for a Middlesbrough 2, Millwall 2. I've gone for a 2-2 draw for you Middlesbrough fans. Whoever's on my channel who's a Middlesbrough fan, I've gone for a 2-2 draw for Middlesbrough and Millwall. Next one is obviously a familiar team, Stoke City versus Rotherham. Obviously, Stoke City is under our former boss, Alex Neil. Obviously, Alex Neil has got a really, really good promotion record on his CV. Obviously, he's got Sunderland promoted from League One to the Championship, obviously in 2021-22 season. Obviously, you got Norwich promoted back in 16-17 season, got them relegated go 17-18 season again from the Premier League. Got Hamilton promoted back in 2013-14. Actually done the double. Actually got promoted twice under Alex Neil. First season and the second season they got up again. So really good manager Alex Neil, and I don't fault him whatsoever if he gets Stoke up as well. Obviously, I'm not underestimating Alex Neil either. I think he's a really, really good manager. So I'm going to go Stoke City 2, Rotherham United 0 in this game. I think Stoke City will win this one. And I'm sorry, Sunderland fans, obviously, if you hate me because of this now, obviously with Alex Neil, I'm very sorry, guys, for obviously upsetting you all for that. So the next one is Blackburn versus we've skipped on 2 seconds. So Swansea versus Birmingham. Swansea are a great team as well. Obviously, they're trying to get playoffs. We haven't got playoffs. We've been in the Championship, I think, since 2017. We've been in the Championship for a good 6 years now. Birmingham City are just like a mid-table sort of Championship side. Haven't really won anything except from the FA Cup against Arsenal back in 2012-13 season. But don't get me wrong, Birmingham are a really, really good side. Obviously, we beat Birmingham at the stage of the light, 2-1. But that doesn't underestimate their manager either. So I went for a Swansea City 1, Birmingham City 1 in this game. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw again in this game. Anyway, guys, this one, Blackburn versus West Brom. Blackburn Rovers are under John Dahl Thomason. Obviously, West Brom are under, I can't remember what they were under either. But obviously, Blackburn is home to Ewood Park. Obviously, got rid of their best player, Bradley Dack. Obviously, he's went to Sunderland on a free transfer with Tony Mowbray. Obviously, Tony Mowbray knew him very well at Blackburn because he used to play for Blackburn under Tony Mowbray. Obviously, got him on a free transfer. James Copley as well has been very surprised that Sunderland's managed to get that transfer business done on Bradley Dack as well, by the way, guys, if anyone's haven't heard from that. Obviously, yeah, Blackburn Rovers are a good side. Obviously, they've got Hedges. They've got a couple of good players. They've got Smoddocks. They've got quite a few good players in that squad. But West Brom, I think I'm not going to underestimate them. I think I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to West Brom. I'm sorry, Blackburn fans. I think you're going to start the season quite poor. Obviously, started the season quite good last season, but I think it's going to get off to a poor start this time round. So 3-1 to West Bromwich Albion on that one. So, next one, guys. Leicester City versus Coventry City. Obviously, there's a lot of Cov fans on my channel. Obviously, Glenn from the Sky Blues Fans TV subscribed. Obviously, you've got, what's his face, Miles Catton, he subscribed from, obviously, the Sky Blues Fans TV. And obviously, I wouldn't want to upset them if, obviously, they lose. But Leicester City's obviously just got relegated from the Premier League and they'll want to go back up as well to the Premier League from the Championship. But don't doubt Leicester, they are a good team. Coventry as well are a really, really good team. Obviously, they've lost the best striker, obviously, Victor Gyökeres. Gone to, I can't remember what club he's gone to, but he's gone to a club. Hamer, I think he's still there, but we've got a few good players. Obviously, Leicester City under Dean Smith, Jamie Vardy, they've got a few good players in that squad as well. We've got Imacho, we've got a few good players in that squad who can actually cause an upset. But I've went for a Leicester City 0, Coventry City 0. I think it's just going to be a goalless, scrappy game. I think it's going to be a boreless 0-0 draw in this one. So, the next one I've gone for Watford versus Queen's Park Rangers. Watford versus QPR. Obviously, Watford are under, obviously, a great manager. Obviously not, but yes, they're under a great manager now, obviously. I think Chris Wilder was back at the club back before obviously the season ended and obviously he left. Don't know who's there now. I can't remember who's there now, but the manager's really good apparently. Queen's Park Rangers are under obviously ex-Wickham boss Gareth Ainsworth. Obviously went to Queen's Park Rangers. I think it was January, February time before. I think 2023 February time. I think he went. Obviously kept them in the Championship. I think the score for this one's going to be a Watford 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. I don't see anything but a draw in this one either, to be honest. This one I went for both wins though. I've went for both wins on this game. Leeds United versus Cardiff City. Obviously, Leeds United's just got relegated from the Premier League, unfortunately. I really, really don't like Leeds, to be fair. Don't get me started on Leeds United, but they're playing a terrible side, Cardiff City. Obviously, they're not a really, really good side in the Championship. Don't get me wrong, they haven't hardly done anything for a good 6-7 years as well. Been in the Premier League back in 2015-2016 season, and it's been in the Championship, smelling for obviously a Premier League place. But on paper, I'm going to think Leeds United's going to win this. I'm going to say Leeds United are going to win this by 2-0 at Elland Road on the 6th of August on a Sunday afternoon. 2-0 to Leeds United. And our last fixture comes to Sunderland versus Ipswich. Yes, Sunderland versus Ipswich. 5 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday afternoon. Sunday tea time kickoff. Ipswich of obviously the home of Portland Road. Sunderland are obviously the home of Stadium of Light. Few good players who play for Sunderland. Obviously, Hamar Semedo, who scored our goal today against RCD Mallorca. Patrick Roberts, Jack Clark, Alex Pritchard, Joe Bellingham, Bradley Dack, obviously. There's a few good players in that squad who actually can push Sunderland together to get them promoted next season. And I think if Sunderland carry on the way they're going, with getting players in, thanks to Christian Speakman, getting a good job done. Obviously brought in a striker yesterday, Mienda or someone, but I think he's injured. I think he's out for a couple of months. Obviously, he's had his first training session, but he's done something to his hamstring. Dennis Serkin, he's out with an injury. He's busted his nose. I don't know how long he'll be out for. Adji Elise, he won't be back as yet. Ross Stewart, I don't know about him, but I think he's back end of September if he stays at Sunderland. If not, then it'll be for another club. But I don't really think Ross Stewart will leave Sunderland, to be honest. I think Christian Speakman will have a good talk with him over the next few weeks. And I think Ross Stewart will tie down a new contract at the Stadium of Light. I don't see him leaving whatsoever. If he goes to Southampton, that's really, really bold. That's really, really a bad decision for me in my eyes, because it's basically from one Championship club to another. Apparently Huggins is leaving on loan. He's going to Sheffield Wednesday. Why would you do that for? Championship club or a Championship club? Why would you not loan him out to a League One club or a League Two club at best? Why would you League Two club, to League One club at best? Why would you not do that? But yeah, obviously we've got a few talented players in there. So I've went for a Sunderland 2-1 win over Ipswich Town. Obviously, Ipswich Town on new promotion as well from League One. Last season got promoted under the boss. So yes, 2-1 for Sunderland. Let me know your score predictions, guys, down in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel, guys. It's free to do so. And please, if you're liking the content, please smash the like button after this video. So, guys, I'm going to get some rest now. Take care, and we'll see you all next week when we will be doing our, obviously, first podcast. I think it's the 5th of August when, obviously, Talking Town is coming on. That's Cruncher from Ipswich Town. He'll be coming on to talk about, obviously, their side, obviously, their injuries, what's their thoughts of the game. So, yeah, join us for that, guys. Take care. Love yous and leave yous, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now.